Hello, Legacy enjoyers. Maxtortion here with a Legacy Challenge video from Saturday night, November 2nd. Tonight I'm playing a 4-color Nadu, which is a deck, Bant Nadu, 4-color Nadu. It's really just splashing Leovold and Grist. It's a deck that's been doing very well in Legacy recently. Obviously, you know, this card is banned in every format it was once legal, including Modern and Commander. But it's still good in Legacy. The way that this card works, if you're fortunately somehow not familiar with it, is that you get to target it with something like Nomad's Encore, or target your creatures, draw a bunch of cards, play a bunch of lands, and eventually just combo through your deck, draw through your deck. And so this deck basically does that. It's a Green Sun Xena toolbox deck as well. So in addition to our Nadus, we can Green Sun for 0 to get Dryad Arbor. As a mana dork, we can get Birds of Paradise. We have 4 Delighted Halflings as well. To protect our combo, we have a Sylvan Safekeeper. And then moving up to 2s, we have a Bristly Bill Spinestar, which essentially makes it so that you can't fizzle, or at least it's very hard to, because the landfall ability puts a counter on a creature, which then triggers the thing again. So you basically lands, you're not flooding out because you continue to draw. Keen-Eyed Curator is a good piece of main deck graveyard hate and can become a 7/7 trample quite easily. Teferi Time Raveler, got 2 of them here, basically as a way to protect the combo, bounce annoying things. Grist the Hunger Tide is a Green Sun's Toolbox card that can make a bunch of creatures for you to target, but also is a good way to blow anything up with the -2. Or in grindy games, you can ultimate and eventually win with the -5. Leovold Emissary of Trest is really good against like all the One Ring decks floating around. Some of the point removal going on. A lot of people playing Tameo and hoping to brainstorm and flip her. Leovold gets in the way of that. Mr. Handshake himself. And then yeah, the 4 Force of Wills and the 4 Green Sun Zenith. This blue count is pretty low. We've got basically 17 blue sources here. So if we go into a pile view and sort by color, let's get this out of here. These are blue, and then these ones are blue. Yeah, this is 18 blue sources, or blue cards for Force of Will. It's about as low as I'll reasonably play. And then moving over to the sideboard, we've got 1 blue Elemental Blast, you know, just because we're talking about blue cards. Consign to Memory, Flusterstorm, 2 Fairy Macabre, which complement an Endurance as kind of graveyard hate pieces. And then we have some more Green Sun's Toolbox cards. We have a Collector Oof for the dedicated artifact decks. We have a Toxicrene, which is quite good against Eldrazi because it, you know, shuts off all their lands' abilities. It also is good. Also, the add 1 mana of any color. They can't tap for colorless anymore, so it shuts them out big time. It's also good against like land strategies and stuff like that. Rampaging Yaogai is from the Fallout set and is also a way to make artifact players miserable with because X equals 0 when you search for it basically blows up Urza's Saga, all the construct tokens, Mox Opals, Petals, anything with 0 CMC, clue tokens, treasures, and then if you hardcast it from hand for a higher X value, you can basically just wipe all artifacts and enchantments that you desire. And then we've got 2 Veil of Summers for blue decks, black decks, 2 Carpeted Flowers for blue decks. And all in all, we've got a pretty balanced deck. So this is one of the decks on my short list for Eternal Weekend, along with Esper Stoneblade. And I want to give it a shot in the challenge and see how it performs. So I'll see you for round 1. All right, so here we are on the draw against someone who is classically a Froginator player. So we'll see how this goes. I think turn 1 is going to be a Birds of Paradise from me, followed by... I kind of want to get a little bit of insulation in before I go for the combo here because I can Green Sun for the Sylvan Safekeeper. Yes, my thought is Savannah into Birds of Paradise. Next turn I can Green Suns for 1 to get the Safekeeper out. And then after that I can play the Nadu and Nomads and combo hard. That's my plan here. They're brainstorming this island brainstorm and waiting until turn 2, even though they had the brainstorm, to me implies that they have a land light, but otherwise strong draw. because they really want to dig as deep as they can. They're using this brainstorm to fix their hand. If I had a daze, or if this were a daze deck, I would be inclined to use it here. So we'll see if they hit. They did hit the fetch land. Winds up Heath means that they're not on Froginator. This might be a mirror, actually. Or they might be on Stoneblade or something like that. This might be getting plowed. Yep, prismatic ending, same thing. So let's see, this next turn. Okay, so I think this next turn then, given that I have the Green Suns, I'm going to Green Suns for 1 and get the protection, Sylvan Safekeeper. Or should I get Delighted Halfling? I've changed my mind. I'm going to get Halfling. I'm now, I think, more afraid of a counter spell than I am another removal spell. Now, granted, they could keep removing my stuff, but in a way, getting the Halfling removed is kind of like a safekeeper and it doesn't eat into my mana. So they're on Bant. Looks like they are on Nadu as well, or at least that's what I'm seeing here. Yep, Nomads, and so we're going to try to out-Nadu them. So we'll play the Nomads first. See if it resolves. It does. Great. Okay, so now I have to get my Nadu into play, which Halfling will help. Does it matter what color I get here? I guess I want to keep my options open for future lands, which means that I'm going to get the Forest. Because I can always just like fetch another like trop. No, I guess since I have another trop in the deck already, I'll get a trop here. So blue, green, doesn't matter. Blue for island. Nadu's coming down. Okay, so this is obviously a little cumbersome on Magic Online, but we do it. And then each creature I target is going to have its own thing going on here. Okay. And then, so at the very least, now I can plow this Delighted Halfling and force their Nadu. That looks like the plan, since I have a force in here. I didn't get a second land off of all of that for me to continue. I could Green Suns for 0 for Dryad Arbor and hope to get 2 lands off of that hit, but that seems a little bit too optimistic. So yeah, let's go Swords for Halfling. And then I can fight over the rest of it. Now I'm at 7 cards in hand, and at instant speed I can draw 6 more cards with the Nomads and Nadu. So that's good for me. Looks like opponent is also just trying to see, hey, how good is this Nadu deck? And Nadu has won the Nadu Mirror in game 1. Good job, me. Okay, how am I sideboarding? Let's see here. So I haven't actually played this deck before. I've just theory crafted it a bunch. The Evolved seems not that great in the mirror. Keen-Eyed Curator, like, equally. Let's see here. Definitely want forces. I don't know how important Safekeeper is. I think I want... I don't know. I guess the Evolved's fine. Consigns aren't good. Veil of Summers are maybe good. Better than these two things. Rampaging Yelgai doesn't do anything. Toxic Green is, like, again, a neutral effect. Endurance is a neutral effect. Carpets kind of add mana, but, like, not really. They'll add, like, 1 or 2 mana at the most. There's a lot of non-islands in this deck. I think I'm just going to put in Veils, and maybe I'm going to put 1 Veil, 1 Flusterstorm, because I can Fluster a Green Sun Zenith. And that's going to be my sideboarding for right now. So this hand is solid. It's obviously a little bit land heavy, but it has a Brainstorm to fix that. It has removal for the opening play. and then it can brainstorm. So, and it has a Nadu, so already got that part covered. So green sun's for 0, yep. Very likely just going to go Tundra Plow, but let's find out. Yeah, definitely going Tundra Plow here. And then, oh, getting forced. Okay, so confirmed important. I'm going to sit on this for a second to pretend I can force back maybe, and then I'm going to let it resolve and pass the turn. Gotta put a little bit of fear in them. Okay, so they don't appear to have a second land, which is why this Dryad was so important. I, however, have a bunch of lands. Let's brainstorm here. Okay, so a duplicate Nadu, but I have way too many lands. So I'm going to put back Hedge Maze and Drop. I'm going to fetch. I'm going to get one of those Trops. And I'm going to play Birds of Paradise. Something to keep in mind is I can always Green Sun for Grist to blow something up. I can no longer Green Sun for Grist because I F6'd the turn and immediately lost my bird. Sylvan Safekeeper is a nice little protection, but they are really short on land, so it's not as good as it would otherwise be. So let's go with a Nadu. Got the answer? Nope. Okay. So next turn, what I can do is I can Green Suns for 2 and then play a Bristly Bill. Just like that, but on my side. And hopefully that will kick things off for getting the combo rolling. And I drew a force. That's great. So Green Suns, X equals 2. Let's get Bristly William over here. That gets forced. I'm going to force back. And we play a land. I'm going to target Nadu. And then I'll do always yield. And opponent concedes. Yeah, looks like we are the superior Nadu player. I'll see you all for round 2. Okay, we're back for round 2. We're against Nazi, who I last saw on like Echo Stompy. This hand is with Leovold, I think, pretty good against that, or at least as good as I'm gonna get. I can get a turn 2 Leovold down with the turn 1 Green Sun. So that's gonna be my plan here. So they led on a Saga, which is consistent with that Echo Stompy thing. So yeah, I'm going to do a Green Sun for Dryad Arbor. And then either turn 2 Teferi or turn 2 Leovold, depending upon what I feel like doing. I can always bounce the Urza Saga. If this Green Sun gets forced, then my decision is made for me. It looks like it was. Okay. So now they're in their main phase. So they're going for Saga constructs, it looks like. Yeah, that's what this whole thing implies. So I could always bounce with Saga right now. I'll end up... No, I can't because I don't have a mana dork, but hypothetically what I could do is bounce the construct. Currently what I'm going to have to do instead is I'll brainstorm and then probably play a Nomads. Whoops. Moto's lagging. Yeah, I just 4-1 to League. I was double queuing a little bit. Apologies. The first round ended early, and then this round ended early, so I was finishing up a match. Anyway, so brainstorming here, and then I'll play this Nomad in the second main. Got the Bayou. Okay, that's pretty nice. Does that change how I sequence this? Do I not play the Nomad because I want to hold up Plow for Hole Breacher? Maybe? Big maybe. Okay, so I'm going to put away Island and Bayou because I can always fetch Bayou with Windswept Heath. And then I'll pass the turn holding up Plow. I'm just afraid of Old Breacher here. Also, I can Plow a Construct if that's the plan. Like if this is just a Construct beatdown game, then I'll play the Construct beatdown game. I Plow one Construct and I bounce the other with Teferi. That's fine. We do that if need be. When I have priority, I'm going to fetch a Tundra, so I don't get randomly Pithy Needle off Windswept Heath, because I have 2 fetches. That would be really, really bad. So fetching Tundra here. They're floating mana. And so what do we got? Lion's Eye Diamond? Kind of feel like it's an LED. No, Vexing Bubble. Okay. 3. Is this a Hull Breacher? 5. Karn the Great Creator. Okay. Create your greatness, Karn. That's actually kind of rough, to be honest, because if my opponent goes for a liquid metal coating, I'm going to be hard pressed to get a 3rd land down, because they'll be able to repeatedly blow up my lands. Yep, that looks like what they're doing. Let's see if they do it now. There's no reason to, but I should have done this. I gave them extra life for no reason. That's fine. We live and learn. Okay, so upkeep, probably nuke my Tundra. Yep. Okay, so I am going to... I should have played Caracas, but given that I already made that mistake, do I wait? Like, do I get Dryad Arbor on end step? No. I think I'm just going to get a Savannah here. Obviously, this doesn't cast Leovold, but it does cast the rest of the stuff. So yeah, I got a Nomads down. And if I draw a Nadu, I'm still in it. But my opponent is going to start blowing up my lands. And I don't care for that one bit. The league I was finishing up, by the way, was with Esper Stoneblade. I'm debating between these 2 decks for Eternal Weekend. Obviously also looking at Froginator and Blue-Black Tempo, but mostly these 2. Small part of me wants to play like Mystic Forge or Eldrazi or something like that. I think they're good decks, but I'd have to borrow a lot of cards, and they're just not really what I feel like doing. These decks are the ones I have, and I'd be more excited to play anyway. Like, really, when you sit down for a giant tournament, you want to make sure that you're enjoying the matches regardless of the prizing, because A, you're going to play better if you're enjoying yourself. But B, if you're not, gonna say you like go 7-4 in your 11-round tournament and don't prize, like, are you gonna have fun? Was it a fun event for you? Because you did pretty well. Like, you won 2/3 of your matches. That's solid. But if you were just playing a deck strictly to win and you like didn't cash and you feel bad about that, then that's a rough place to be. So I try to make sure I'm not in that situation when I pick decks. I want to make sure that I enjoy the games regardless of the prizing and the placement, and then the placement's just gravy. I tend to play better that way, but also I enjoy it more, and that's really what we do here. Like, this is a hobby for me, and so I want to make sure I'm having fun, and I try to make sure that I have a nice environment at the table. I try to be a kind opponent for that reason. All these things of just good sportsmanship and just enjoying the games that we play. And so you'll notice that in these games, I do enjoy playing them, and tonight I picked this deck basically because I wanted to play it. And really, I think that there's so much value to that. You should, if you're debating between what you want to play and what you should play, assuming that both decks have like a reasonable level of like strength. They're both like, you could reasonably win a tournament with them. Then play the one that you want to play. Don't play the one that you think you air quotes should play. Anyway, that is my rant while my opponent thinks about what they're going to do here. I did start 5 minutes down on the clock, but they're quickly catching up to me. This liquid metal coating is becoming a creature. Oh no. Get in there, liquid metal coating. Attack me. Don't attack me. Liquid metal coating on defense. I love it. Halfling is pretty cool. So they're gonna... Nope, they're not gonna turn that. Okay, so... I think step 1 is I play a Teferi. 1... Oh no, I need to go blue. And then I bounce the coating. So I can attack the Karn. Okay, I got forced. That's fair. Let's play a halfling. Does that work? Am I going to get Drawry Disruption? Because that's a card that they play. Nope. No getting Drawry Disruption for me. I'm able to pass the turn. And let's see what opponent does next. Force pitching Narset. So they're obviously short on blue here. They have a single blue source in this Mox Opal, nothing else. They did pitch a Sink into Stupor earlier off the Force Negation, so maybe they were hoping to draw more blue or weren't expecting to be so constrained there. But yeah, we'll see how this game plays out. Looks like we're both drawing 7 cards. I found a Force and a Nadu, which is great. I will only Force if absolutely necessary, because otherwise I would like to protect Nadu. But we are going to be Naduing it otherwise. Yeah, I'll let like a Narset or anything go. I'm just going to be strictly forcing like a wheel. Or like if Karn ultimates into get a Mycosynth Lattice, something like that. I think I'd have to force that as well. If Karn takes down to 2, I guess I could survive. Because I could attack Karn. We'll find out. So yeah, this might be like Hull Breacher or something. Is like Hull Breacher or something. It's in fact Hull Breacher. I'm letting that happen. I don't... Okay, now I can... -2, I can counter whatever this is. And then I can win on my turn. Mycosynth Lattice. Yeah, I can counter the Lattice and then win with the Nadu. So let's Force, pitch, Brainstorm. Fantastic. Okay. This game is now air quotes locked up. So let's go 1, 2. I guess not like that. Let's go blue, white, green. Let's play a Nadu. Obviously, I can clear this Hull Breacher whenever I feel like it. Okay, that's an artifact. Ooh, that's annoying. I guess I can Safekeeper still, so I'm not in too bad a shape. But yeah, I didn't think about this. That was silly of me. See, I can't activate the abilities on this right now. Whoops. So yeah, let's plow this Hull Breacher, get it out of here. Let's play a Safekeeper. Yeah. And I think that I'm just going to attack Karn down to 1. I can draw 8 cards on my opponent's turn. And that should be sufficient to find something relevant. I do feel a little bit silly for the timing of that whole thing, but you know, what you gonna do? Interesting mistake though. Sharp of my opponent to see it. I just kind of missed that trick. So I'm glad that I'm playing this challenge. I am now very aware of coding, turning off Nomad's End Course abilities. Yeah, it was not enough. I can draw 8 cards at will, and I will. So up a game. Sorry, not up a match yet. So Rampaging Yao guy seems very good. Toxic Green seems eh. Collector Oof seems solid. Veil seems good. Luster Storm seems good. Consign seems good. Fair Macabre doesn't work because by the time the Echo's in the graveyard, they're casting it. There's not that many actual islands, so those are not good. So I have 8 cards that I can reasonably cut. What am I looking to cut here? The Curator, Grist seems... Oh no, Grist kills Planeswalkers. Grist is staying in for sure. The Evolved seems really important. The Plows seem pretty good. Yeah, all these things seem pretty good now. I need to make decisions on what I'm keeping and cutting. Let's see. Do I cut a couple of the Plows because it's just like Full Breacher as the creature that I'm concerned about? I don't need the full set of consigns. Consigns are generally pretty low impact. And then Veil, Yauga is maybe too slow. Collector Oof does it better. And then one more cut. Let's cut. My mana is not under attack. What's my least important land? I think it's Basic Plains. Let's try that. Or my mana is only under attack when I'm getting like Liquid Metal Coating. This hand seems solid. I've got a turn 1 Birds of Paradise. And then I can basically take it from there. I have Forest Pitching, either Consign to Memory or Ponder. Yeah, this is an easy keep. How I play it really just depends upon what my opponent plays. They're mulling to 6. I'm keeping the 7. Okay, here we are. So, how do they open? Just Saga. Fine with that. Mox Opal. Okay. It's going to name a fetch land. Or are they like afraid of nomads? Seems like a good call. Yeah, okay. So let's see here. I go for a Birds of Paradise first so I can ponder if need be. This gets forced, I don't really care. Okay, it didn't get forced, even better. Let's see. They have an Ancient Tomb or a third artifact for their draw. They do have an Ancient Tomb. It does make their draw a bit scarier. I didn't cut Grist, did I? No, good. Okay, so I do wish I had the Rampaging Yao guy. But since I don't, I could Green Sun. I could wait a turn Green Sun for Leovold. And I could ponder right now. Yeah, I guess I'll play Island and I'll ponder this. Halfling, Ponder, Misty. I don't really want these cards. Archive is not better, but I will deal. Halfling is in, maybe. Maybe Halfling gets forced because they can't force the legendary spell. Oh, I'm happy about that. Cool. Okay. So I will allow the construct beats to happen, and I'm just going to try to use Grist to manage it. So I could stifle this ability here. Ooh, and given that they tapped the land, maybe I'm going to do that. No, they're going for creature? Yeah, they're going for the creature. Okay. So this is an activated ability. This is a triggered one. I think I'm going to... consign the search. Just in case they get Vexing Bauble, I don't want this whole thing to go dead. I don't want them to be able to get LED here and then like echo me. Which is kind of what I feel like would otherwise happen. Of note here, I'm not doing this to the construct token because I can't. Consign can only stop triggered abilities. Otherwise I probably would be debating that, or I would have held up extra mana to replicate it and hit both. But as it stands, yeah, this is my only choice, so that's why I'm doing it here. Also, I did start 5 minutes down on the clock because of finishing up that league match, but you'll see that I am now up on clock, so scoreboard. I do really wish I had this guy in my deck though. Looks really good on this board. Oh, we're getting forced. Okay, so it was an echo of Eons, by the way, so it was LED echo. But yeah. And Vexing Bubble was the pick, so I played that correctly, but I'm now just taking extra damage here. 5 damage, pow. Okay, Green Sun. So this turn, I will get Nadu. Next turn, I will get Bristlybill. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get that Nadu in here. So we are now doing it. Doing it now. Or I could get Grist next turn, potentially. Collector or Sylvan Safekeeper, something like that. I think all good wins start off with a Nadu right here. I'm going to take a big chunk of damage coming in. Even if these become 7/7s, I go to 1. And I'm going to essentially try to win on the crackback. Yeah, I'm taking 10 here. Ouch. But I have ways through this. One mana. What you got? Kraken Bauble? Day's Undoing. Okay. My turn. So I no longer have a Green Sun Zenith. Do I have any ways to target my creatures? Don't believe so. That's rough. So this is a blocker in a Dryad Arbor, so I will play it out. I'm going to play out the Nomad's Encore as well. Play out the Delighted Halfling. Delighted about this, not so much. And then I think I attack with Nadu, because I do have to win this game somehow, and pressuring their life total seems to be the only way that I could cobble that together. Yep. And then passing the turn. So let's see here. On my turn, if they attack with both constructs, I can block with like a Nomads and the Birds of Paradise and throw all the construct damage to the Nomads onto the Bird. The Bird takes just way too much damage, but at least I survive. And then I can use this to get an extra look in for another card. That might be the way to go. Obviously, they have 8 cards in hand and a lot of action, so this is optimistic as far as plans go, but we'll see. Okay, attacking, so step 1 is potentially achieved here. So I block and block. Then, oh, shoot. Right, I can't activate, that's why. Eh, that was dumb. But, you know, maybe we'll get out of it anyway. Seagate Reborn. Untapped, maybe? Give me a way out of this. Let me get through this by somehow winning with damage. Okay, mana is up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 mana, so maybe it's a Hull Breacher or something like that. Maybe it's Maybelline. Hedge Maze, Surveil. Halfling is not what I need. Back of Nadu is not it either, I don't think. Although maybe I just attack with Nadu, then I play another Nadu and I have a fetch land as second blocker. It's not a good plan, but it's a plan. Okay, we attack. When it goes to 3. So 1, 2, 3 of my own. I need blue. Blue, green, whatever. Play a Nadu. I will keep the untapped Nadu if it comes down to it, if I get such a luxury. Otherwise, I do have 2 chump blockers with this Dryad Arbor. Here's hoping. Vexing Bubble draws a card, which means that this Force of Will is now live. Also means that they're probably trying to force me. Yep, forcing. Now they can't use the Ancient Tomb. That's interesting. Okay, well I don't lose to this currently because I can fetch the Dryad Arbor. So I'm going to let this go. And I'm going to try to force on their turn to play around Force and Negation. Yeah, because they cannot tap this tomb anymore. Petal, I could obviously counter, but I'm not going to. Petal, same deal here. So yeah, on attackers, I'm going to fetch. Get this Dryad Arbor. Go to blocks. Or is that enough? Did the opponent not expect the Dryad Arbor? They're pausing for a while here, so that makes me think that maybe they don't have it. Oh, is this like a Sink into Stupor or something? On a blocker now? Okay, well at least I get a card out of it. The Brainstorm, no less. So let's force pitching Consign to Memory. And then, okay, that appeared to have worked. So now we block and block. Lose our creatures, but live to fight another day. LAD, yeah. LAD. You're gonna echo. Oh, just tapping Tomb for the showboating, showing off that they know how to get themselves to 0 just as well as I do. Cool, we're 2-0. I'll see you all for round 3. Hello, we're here for round 3. We're against Interlude Shadow, who was last seen on my Esper Stoneblade list that I played last week. We'll see what they're on tonight. Interesting. They're silent in the chat, which is, you know, normal, but also could mean that they're trying to hide something. I don't know. I'm going to lead on Flooded Strand. I don't think I'm going to fetch a Surveil because I want to kind of shuffle with Brainstorm. So it's very likely that I'll go like Trop into Shuffle. Yeah, so I'll Brainstorm now. Put away at least this Plains. And then maybe bet second to Fairy. And then I'll go Tundra, Ponder. And then, yeah, Tundra Ponder, and then probably Teferi before trying to do any Nadu shenanigans. Try to keep it protected. So Tundra and Ponder. Nomad, Forest. Seems good. Okay, so let's go. Let's split the Nomads up a little bit. And then on my next turn, I can play Teferi, and then the following turn could be literally just Nomads plus Nadu. And then I kind of have a force to back up. So the game plan is pretty much laid out now. This Undersea Sewers, this could be anything. Could be Froginator, could still be Esper Stoneblade. We'll find out in a kind of funny way. I've played this matchup a bit from the Esper Stoneblade side. It is... I have been winning the games, but they feel close. For whatever that's worth. So let's play Teferi. Teferi resolves, I'm going to plus it. Go up with Teferi. Teferi doesn't resolve, then I don't think I'm going to fight over it just yet. Okay, Entomb. I'm going to fight over a counterspell. Or fight over a reanimation spell or a counterspell. Okay, Atraxa is in. That's actually kind of fine. I can beat Atraxa quite easily. Assuming I still have a Teferi in play to deal with it. Yeah, so force, pitching, brainstorm. And now they force back. Okay. Force pitching brainstorm of their own. Okay. So sadly, we did not get to win that Teferi war. However, there's a decent chance that we are able to beat this Atraxa. Let's find out. I mean, depends upon what they find, you know? If they find another force, then we're in trouble, but roughly a 50-50 shot of that, especially since they already used one. Reanimate, Atraxa, what do you got? Found the force. Found a Thoughtseize. This is gross. Okay, so this is about as bad as it can get for me. But what you gonna do? At this point, I have not revealed anything that would show that I'm on this deck. So I might concede to the Thoughtseize. Animate Dead. Oh, Animate Dead, Psychic Frog, Thoughtseize. They didn't get the Force of Will. I suppose I will play on. I think they're going to take the Nadu here, but like hypothetically, I can just like top deck a Nadu or a Green Sun and win. So all of a sudden it's not over. Yeah, they took the Nadu as expected, but you know. I play this one. Play out a land. And then next turn I can potentially just rip Nadu. That'd be great. We love ripping Nadu. Yeah, it got wasted. So I can no longer rip Green Sun, but I can rip Nadu. Opponent is getting a lot of cards up on me here. Sorry, a lot of life up on me. Not quite cards yet. Cannot cast this Nomads anymore. Which is tragic because this one is dead. Yeah, okay. Okay. So my understanding is that this is supposed to be good for our side of the matchup. So I want Macabres, I want Veils, I want Carpets, I want Endurance. What don't I want? Leovold seems good. Grist seems okay-ish. Kind of expensive on the chopping block. Bristly Bill seems probably like overkill. Safekeeper seems pretty good. Maybe I'm supposed to just cut the forces because I don't have the blue count to support, especially post Thoughtseize. and then bringing in more graveyard hate. And then since I'm bringing in all these veils, I'm going to try cutting the basic planes. Or sorry, bringing in these carpets so I can maybe cut the basic planes. That's weak justification, but that's my favorite kind. Let's sideboard like this. I do not know if it's correct. You're on the play. This hand does do turn 1 carpet, which I will do, actually. I'm going to go turn 1 carpet, just play it out, because I think if my opponent just like doesn't deploy lands, I'm in a good spot. Like if they're trying to like not play lands to like make my carpet bad or like not fetch, that's fine. I am happy to play a slow game. And then I think this time around I play a Hedge Maze and Travail. Keep the Nomad. Still no mana, that's fine. And then they're just playing fetch lands out, which is perfectly fine by me. Go no here. I'm gonna ponder first. Ponder, brainstorm, drop. I guess so. Guess these are good in case things go awry. I can play out to the Nomad. And then if I lose the Nomad for whatever reason, that means they have to fetch, so that's fine for me too. Yeah, they're not looking to make that happen. Again, they're just trying not to make my carpet work, but now they're going to go for it. Now they're going to play stuff. That makes sense. Go in all at once. Yep. It did slow them way down and I was able to develop, so I'm feeling good about this still, but, you know. On end step, I think I'm going to get a Dryad Arbor. So I can tap it. I'll say yes here. Let's say blue, green. I'm going to play out Nadu and then I'll play the Caracas right after. Yeah. This might just get straight up forced. But if it doesn't, I don't want to hide the fact that I have a Caracas. What's happening to me here? Days? Petty theft. Okay. That's fine. Okay, because now I can play out the Caracas, use it for white, play this Nomad. And now we're in business. Okay, and we got a Veil going. Great. Yeah, opponent sees the writing on the wall, and we're tied up 1-1. Okay, so any changes on the draw? I don't think so. Sylvan Safekeeper kind of feels like the worst card that I currently still have in the deck, but it is a green sendable like target for activating stuff, and it does protect my Nadu if need be. Yeah, gonna run it back. So I've got the Keen-Eyed Curator in the hand this time around. That seems fine for me. I think I'm gonna go basic forest into halfling because I do want to be able to play this Keen-Eyed Curator on my second main. And I think that playing the halfling here kind of motivates a counterspell. Sorry, on my second turn, not second main. I don't get to somehow do that. Yeah, okay, they kept the card on top with their... Yep, got the forest out of the halfling, great. Okay, they kept the card on top with their undercity sewers. So they're pretty happy with whatever they have here. Am I happy with whatever I have? Do I have? I could birds. I could halfling and bird. Because I can't career plus leave mana open, so I think I'm just going to go for the maximizing mana development. And so I want this to be green, white. And I won't have natural blue. No, I think I want blue, white. No, I need to cast green for Birds of Paradise, so I guess I got Savannah. And I go for Birds of Paradise. Maybe this gets countered, maybe it doesn't. Either way, at least I have a Teferi uncounterable next turn, or a Keen-Eyed Curator to eat some stuff out of the graveyard. Got options. I technically have a Nadu, like X equals 3. I play Leovold, doing the same thing because I kept Leovold in the deck. Did not cut Grist. Yeah, Leovold shutting off Frog was my thought there. This is probably an Entomb. Nope, just Fatal Push. Okay. More and more okay with that. I'm really concerned about an uncounterable something coming in. Cycling Troll, okay. Or an Underground Sea, which I assume they will play. Nope, they're playing a Wasteland. They're trying to deny me the manas? They are. Okay, so I will brainstorm here. And success, I hit on all the good stuff. Let's put back a Ponder. And let's put back... The Curator seems really important. But I'm also like... Putting back both Ponders seems wrong too. I want all these cards. I guess I have to keep them all. I guess I can keep the Ponders, right? I can play the land, I can play the Halfling. Just kind of leave it like this. Okay. Well, that's bad. It's rude of my opponent to do. Put an Atraxa into the graveyard. Who would do such a thing? This metagame? Reanimator? Hardly know her. Okay, well that's sad. Okay, ooh. An opportunity. Okay, so Meticulous Archive, I think. Let's just diversify the mana. Carpet, great. So I'll do a carpet now. And then in main phase 2, I get to play the Keen-Eyed Curator. Green. And now I can deal with the graveyard. So I'm feeling way better about this game. I just had to fade the reanimation spell, and I did, which is quite lucky, to be completely honest. But, you know, sometimes we need to get a little lucky to win. So goodbye, Atraxa. Goodbye, Troll of Khazad-dûm. Untap. And then, okay, so let's go. Let's say yes, and we'll go. White, or blue, doesn't matter. Blue, white, play it to fairy. This resolves, which it did. I'm gonna actually bounce my carpet because it will become a new instance of carpet. This is just a little bit of a cute kind of play. So I can replay the carpet. And then next turn, or second main, I'll have 4 mana, so I can green sun X equals 3 for Nadu. If I want to. Which seems probably pretty worth it. Or, let's go Leovold. I feel like Leovold's really gonna shut the door on my opponent. So I'll do green, green, boom, boom. Yeah, because if they can't draw cards, they're not going to be in this game. Leovold, Emissary of Trust. Okay, there we go. And good luck, opponent. Frog, yeah, Frog doesn't work under Leovold. I'm going to say yes, I'm going to say blue. I'll use Brainstorm. Oh, fantastic. I found a Nadu and I found a Macabre. And a Plow, just for the Rebbins, I suppose. Okay, opponent seen enough. Yeah, I have this game locked up. Yeah, very cool. We're 3-0. I'll see you all for round 4. Hello, we're here for round 4. We're against Calcin66 Rocks. We're going to keep this hand. Last time my opponent had a deck list published. They were on Reanimator, so we've got a Keen-Eyed Curator that can basically come down on turn 2 and exile something, since if one of these halflings sticks around, we'll have 3 men on turn 2. So really, that's about all we can hope for in a game 1, right? Delta is very much a Reanimator type opening. Basic Swamp. This might be Turbo Reanimator, but either way, Thoughtseize is probably going to take the Curator. So that's a little bit rough for us. You know, nothing we can do about it. But we'll see what happens. If they don't take the Curator, then it means that either they're going to kill us before this is relevant, or like if they take the Ponder, it means that they're just trying to play around Force of Will, like drawn off the top, and like going all in on turn 2, or the Curator is sufficient, means that they don't have a turn 2 reanimate. So the Keen-Eyed Curator has been taken, which means that sadly, we won't be able to get this down turn 2, but we did draw a blue source for this Ponder. I just wanted to run out the halfling first so that I have the mana acceleration going. I didn't want to be like fully exposed on exactly what I'm doing here. So let's find out. Don't have a frog? A Ponder, okay. So they're looking for maybe 1/2 of the reanimation combo. Like they have the Entomb and are looking for the reanimate, or vice versa. They have chosen not to shuffle with their Ponder, which is terrifying. Since I have this as a fetch land, I think that I'm going to lead with the Ponder. Like I can shuffle later with this. Leovold off the top. Like hiding a Leovold seems like the way to go here. So 1, 2, 3, no shuffle. I'll play out a halfling and then I'll attack with the halfling. Obviously, the hand being all lands is not ideal, but Leovold is pretty good and is uncounterable. Okay, if it's just a troll reanimate troll, I'm feeling okay about this game, because Nadu can go a lot bigger than that, and I have Plow to answer it. Not in my hand, but somewhere in the deck. They could Thoughtseize me again. I'd also really appreciate that right now. Kind of a prime time to do that. Brainstorm. Okay, well, in front of Leovold makes sense. They don't know about the Leovold, but even so, good for them to do it now. Animate dead on troll. That's actually fine. Not only is this not too scary, but between the Leovold that I have coming down right now, which I'll do black, green, blue to cast uncounterably. And then I will also be able to outrace this thing. Play a Flooded Strand here because I think instead of getting Dried Arbor right now, I'm going to want to Surveil and just get some fetching going. So I'm going to get the land that can't find Dried Arbor, which is Flooded Strand. Okay, reanimating my Curator. Yeah, that's a little annoying given how big it's going to get. But nothing I can do about that right now. I'll take 5 here. I need some sort of removal. Teferi would be ideal because then I can put this Curator back in my hand. I hope my opponent brainstorms or something. I don't think they will, but I hope they do. Okay, Psychic Prog, which also doesn't really do much given the Leopold. But let's surveil, shall we? Let's do it with a Meticulous Archive. Island is not what I want. Got enough lands, thank you. Teferi, perfect. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, I suppose, just so it's uncounterable. 1, 2, 3. And then I bounce the Curator back to my hand. Drew another land, which isn't really what I wanted. But that's okay. 1, 2. Get this curation on. Okay. And I'm not going to attack here because if Frog pumps, I would be very sad. And then on my turn, I'm going to eat cards out of, or my opponent's turn, I'm going to start eating cards out of my own graveyard because I don't want Frog to fade this ability because I want to give this thing +4/+4 and trample. My opponent has me on a 2-turn clock, but 7, 10, 11, 12. I have my opponent at a functional 1, which is kind of funny. Okay, yeah, so they have given the Frog flying. Let's see if they go in for killing Teferi. Yep, they're going to kill Teferi. And this is probably going at me. Yeah. It's fine both ways. Don't mind it. Teferi down. They don't draw a card because Leovold's in play. And then I will eat the Teferi. Yum. For card types, right? So instant. Our Planeswalker's gone. Ooh, okay. So what does this do for me? This is a grist at the very least. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I'll play out the Misty. Just to play around random days stuff. Alright, let's see here. 4 card types, right? So let's look at the deck. Planeswalker instant sorcery is only 3 card types, so I think this is going to be a grist play. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'll play out this. It's a green sun for 3. And then I will use the halfling before I minus grist if I need to. This might get a force. Yeah, okay. This is actually kind of convenient. Let's see if I can nab that force of will. Maybe I should have used the land to do it. Okay. Yeah, because now I can make this a 7/7. Which now I can only attack my opponent for 11 because I tapped the creature. Well, that might have been a big mistake. But we live and learn. I guess I crashed with Leovold first. Leovold gets in there. I could triple block the troll and eat 2 cards out of my graveyard to grow the curator. I guess that'll be my plan to win combat. Or if I'm not able to triple block, it's fine. My opponent's only able to present 8 damage right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I go to a functional 1 here. That's not lethal. Yeah, if this is the only thing coming in, I'm fine. Cool, I'm fine. Okay. We take it. It's a little bit of a weird game. I don't love how I played this. But I will try my best. So if I do this sorcery, they're forced to exile all of their graveyard right now to make it not work for me. Which is actually completely fine because then they can't fly. So this is like, I'm happy to pay this price. I just don't want them to be able to fly. Okay, they see the writing on the wall. And I'm up a game. Okay, I do kind of like how I boarded last time where I cut the forces. I decided Bristly Bill was overkill. I did kind of want the grist. I don't think I want Safekeeper. And then I can, from bringing in the carpets, I can cut a plains. Carpets in, Veil in, Endurance in, Macabre's in, cut these 7. Again, I'm kind of on the fence about Flusterstorm, but overall this seems fine. Let's run it. 2 plows I can't cast and a Fairy Macabre? I'm in. Unironically, I am keeping this hand though. Cannot cast either plow, but I either find things I can cast, or I find white sources, or I draw running nomads, which are good with my Nadu. So that all sounds like upside to me. I'm keeping it. This is, if it didn't have the Macabre, it's an easy mulligan, by the way. I see this as huge upside in the matchup because I feel like they're going to try to reanimate me pretty hard given the way that the fair game plan didn't work game 1. Opponent kept 7, we will 2. Let's do it. Okay, Delta. And hey, look, we found a Tundra. think I'm still going to lead on island though, just so I don't get wastelanded. Hopefully opponent entombs me, or entombs themselves, I suppose. Swamp Cycle is kind of like that. I'm not going to fight over a reanimated troll though, because I have 2 plows in my hand. Yeah, that's totally fine. You may have it. Psychic Frog, huh? Okay. So let's start with a plow on the troll. And then we'll ponder. Found a land and a nomad. Fantastic. I'm going 1, 2, 3. I'm just kind of hiding the nomad a little bit. I don't want to run him out for no reason. Okay. Reanimate frog, huh? Yeah. I will plow that one too, I suppose. Oh, I'll plow one of them. Try to. So I'll play this out. I'm going to plow a frog. I'm going to go Savannah, play the other nomad. Or play the nomad, I mean, not the other one. Obviously, I wish I had macabre the first frog before I knew they were going to play a second one, but that's the way these things go sometimes. Frog is coming in. There's not much I can do about that. They draw a card. And are swimming in riches. Ponder, okay. We're pondering. They shuffled. Land. And passing. Okay, so Green Suns is good for backup here. So I think I can play out the trop and go 1, 2, 3. Nadu, and then next turn I can Green Suns if needed. Brainstorming in response. Okay, so looking for answer here. And then obviously I have a Green Sun for 0 for Dryad Arbor to keep the juice flowing if I do manage to assemble the Nadu Nomad combo. Let's see, does it resolve? Does Nomad survive? These are the questions. Don't Bowmaster me. Okay. Murderous Cut feels less terrible. Nadu is in, which actually is also kind of okay in a way. And now on my turn I can get a Bristly Bill with this Green Sun maybe? We'll see. Or I could get a Sylvan Safekeeper. Okay. Well, now I feel good about this Macabre. Yeah, so Macabre, let's get rid of that and my own, or if, do I care if they reanimate my Nomad? No, because it opens up to Fairy. So yeah, I'll eat these 2 from them. And that should be pretty heartbreaking, because now I can also block the Psychic Frog, because it can be at most a 3/4. So they don't even get to draw a card. It should have done the second main. But obviously they were looking to win combat. Or like they're looking to get the Archon into play. So they'd have an extra card and be able to attack. As it stands, they can't. That's correct. And a Leovold, huh? Okay, so Maybe let's start with Leopold. 1, 2, 3. And then I will get Sylvan Safekeeper. And if this is dazed, I get dazed. Okay, fine. Deal. You have dazed me. I've been dazed. I don't think I attack. I think I just hold back. And then they can attack me. I don't care because I have Leopold, so they don't even draw with Frog. I just need to draw something eventually and I win. Maybe the Safekeeper is just a mistake there and running into daze for no reason was dumb, but I don't know. I really do not know. It felt like the right play, but also like what else would they be holding? So maybe it was just foolish of me to do that because it's either a daze or a land, I suppose. And I should play around the thing where they're not on complete blanks all the time. Carpet is not what I need. This can be at most a 3/4 unblocking duty, so I will attack this time around. And just pass the turn. I'm going to hold Carpet in hand because they don't need to know I have it. And I don't feel like just dealing with the extra triggers all the time. Also, I can put it away with a Brainstorm that I might draw at some point. They can attack with Frog. I do not care at all. If they hold back with Frog, I can no longer attack with Nadu, though, so they should probably hold back. Yep, they figured it out. And what do we draw? Something good. Backup Nadu is not good yet, but at one point might be good. I don't feel like attacking, like throwing away the Nadu is still not worth it. I'll like let the Nadu get removed first before I try to play out the second one. Other nomads would be great. Ponder's really good. It gets the whole ball rolling here. Keen-eyed Curator is going to be huge. Yeah, let's do that. 1, 2, 3. No shuffle. Now I think I'll go Keen-eyed Curator, then I'll play Carpet, and then second mate, I'm just going to wipe their graveyard with Carpet mana. Unless this just gets countered, in which case, yep, rip. Okay. Good deal. Sad. Okay, back to opponent. So my turn, I'm going to draw a land. I'm going to use it to surveil. They can't attack. They cannot cantrip. They can't profitably remove my stuff. So they're pretty stuck, which is good for me. I just have to eventually find something. Okay. The troll does not do much. Undercity sewers, yep. Bidding a force. Maybe they have a second force in hand. Either way, I'll play out the Carpet now. Which is a little silly because I should have done it second main so I don't have to fight through this trigger. But whatever. Okay, so on opponent's end step, I think a Surveillant is in fact better than Dryad Arbor on this board. So I will be doing surveilling. With Hedge Maze. Appling, no thanks. Brainstorm, yes thanks. Not going to use that yet. Want to know what I have going here? Okay, so Veil and Fetch Land is great. Can put these two away. And then I can just pass the turn. But now I have Veil to protect me against stuff as well, or to protect anything that I try to play out. Feeling really, really good about this game, despite the fact that I have nothing going on. Pixie Needle is probably just going to name Nomads, but we'll see. Halfling in the yard. Yeah, if this name's Nomads, I do not care. I can just bounce it to Fairy eventually. Yep, Nomads is the choice. Good choice, opponent. One of these days, I might also find another plow to plow this frog with. I've got lots of cool things going on. I can find a green sun for Sylvan Safekeeper. Find yet another delighted halfling, which is great. Green. Okay. I will just pass the turn here. No reason to throw my cards away into a psychic frog. An opponent really can't do much to me. Scariest thing they could actually do here is reanimate troll. But does not look like they can do that either. Found a green sun, so I will say yes. I'll add green mana. I think I just green sun for one here. Because I get the... Did I cut the Safekeeper? I did. This was a mistake. Should have gone for 3. To get a grist. I was just not thinking. This might just get forced anyway, in which case I get to Veil and have value here, but this was a silly mistake on my end. Because Safekeeper is out here for safekeeping, as is Billy. So really it was X equals 3 for Grief. That was, or Grist, sorry. Grief is banned and cannot be green sun for. So yeah, Grist. But yeah, that was a mistake. I should not have done this. Maybe if this gets forced, I just consider myself lucky and let it happen, since this was such a punt. Okay, Attrax is getting discarded. What's happening next? Yeah, so much mana. This was just dumb. Dumb. Fatal pushing. Own front. Okay, they're conceding because they think I have it. Very nice. I love it. Fatal push there. I'll draw a card. I guess I'll put the card into play. And then I'll draw. Oh, I hit the Veil and they're like, no. So what they were actually doing there is they were triggering Revolt by killing their frog. Trying to kill my Nadu before I went off with Safekeeper, which they thought I had in my deck. But it did not matter because I have double Veil. Cool, got the match. I will see you all for round 5. Hello, so we're against Capriccioso for round 5. We're both at 4-0. This is Dom Harvey, who I do play a fair amount. I faced him in Eternal Weekend Vintage round 1. You know, classic. I think we actually had a really close match where we out-vintaged each other in 3 games, and I drew more Ancestrals overall by 1. So that's all you need sometimes. I'm going to go for a Trop and a Birds of Paradise because I have duplicate Trops, and Trop lets me cantrip. So even though this doesn't open up immediate Swords to Plowshares, if the bird gets removed, I still prefer it this way. Okay, so Dom is probably also playing this deck. It's my read from this meticulous archive. I don't think he's going to be playing Esper Stoneblade. Maybe he is. It'd be cool if he is. We'll find out. Yeah, he is playing Esper Stoneblade. We swapped decks. That's really funny. Okay, well, it's cool that he's 4-0 with it. Really, that means it's been going well. I'm going to allow this bird to get plowed. Or maybe he's just playing a Stoneforged version of something else. Because I wasn't playing Caracas, or he just changed up the mana base. Who's to say? Nomads, he is to say. So yeah, he's playing Nadu with pre-war. It's like Nadu Blade. So here I can ponder and choose to keep one. Okay, so maybe do I want any of these? I don't think so. I think I want to just shuffle this. Yeah, there's a Nadu, which is much better. So I'll get a Tundra here. And then I can plow the Nomad. Which happened, and we were able to just continue the game. So no Nadu mana to Fairy, though. I do have to force because I'm not forcing to Fairy. I can't force anything. Also, Teferi is just very good against me. Like a Green Sun for 1. I don't know what I would get. I think I'd much rather a Green Sun for 3 next turn. Do I want the Curator? I don't think so. Or maybe, yeah. It's a 7/7. It's big. I'll keep it. Because, yeah, I mean, right now in Dom's Graveyard, there's like 4 creature types to exile. Cavern of Souls. Maybe this is Cephalid Breakfast? Or this is just an uncounterable Nadu? It appears to be an uncounterable Nadu. Now, given the fact that he has Caracas on it, I'm just going to leave it in play. And I'm going to Green Sun for 3. I think I'm going to get Bayou. So if I draw Leovold naturally, I can cast it. So Green Sun for 3 here. I can get Nadu. And I think that's the pick. Even if he bounces it back to my hand, it's okay. Would I rather it be Leovold? Leovold would prevent cantripping, but combos off less hard if I rip a sword, if I rip a Nomads. I think I go for the Nadu. Because also, if I flip a land with the Nadu, like a white fetchable source, I can fetch and plow this Nadu in order to clear things. So this is what we're doing. Nadu on Nadu Violence at 4-0. Sorry, I have no idea how long I was paused. Okay, sorry about that. So I Green Sun for Nadu, and then I played Nadu, then I Green Sun for X equals 1, and my Nadu got plowed in response because Dom anticipated I was getting Sylvan Safekeeper. Anyway, that's what you missed. I lose this combo. I assume Dom is capable of killing me between these 2 cards. Okay. So anything for the mirror that I'd want to change here? I think it's really just Flusterstorm seems solid, and maybe a Veil, and that's about it. And then yeah, I can cut Curator and Basic Planes. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do. Not get too fancy. Okay, on the play. Easy keep. I will lead here so I can get some surveilling on. Obviously, there's a argument to hold it for Bristly Bill, but I prefer this way because I want to set up my draws the same way that he is. Okay, so Hedge Maze. Nadu seems good. I know we have a Nadu, but second Nadu. Yes, we've had one, but second Nadu. So Bristly Bill is in. Might get plowed. Might not. He is bristly. Okay, so Don brought in his carpet, which I immediately regret fetching double island. I was thinking there's too many non-islands, but maybe I was wrong. Barry is in. I assume William here is getting bounced. Yep. Okay, so now I play a Nadu and hope for the best. Or I play a Teferi and maybe I play a Teferi here. I can bounce the carpet. And that does slow him down because it becomes one less mana. Drew Brainstorm too, which is pretty good. Ideally, I will be able to combo off. Or, yeah, because turn second main now, he's going to play Nadu. But he won't have an extra mana. So he wouldn't be able to Green Sun for Nadu, but he is able to play one. Again, a little unfortunate, but this is the way these things go. Ooh, and a Caracas. That's rough. Given the fact that I have Teferi and a Plow, I am going to try to play this out, though. You can feel free to skip ahead into the last round, but if this one goes on a bit longer, don't say I didn't warn you. I think there's a chance I win this. It's not good, but I think I might be able to. Gonna try. Stoneforge coming in now. 3 mana. What you got for me? Prismatic Ending? Okay, yeah, that is basically it. Because now I can't fight through. So, land. Yeah, you draw those cards. Dominic Harvey. Yep. And now I get to allow the Nadu because the Caracas is tapped. So he can fetch for a Dryad Arbor and get 2 more hits in. Is probably the play here. Oh, surveilling. Okay. Yeah, I just want to fight this out. Why not, right? That time. It's like 13 matches remaining. What else am I going to do? Okay, Force of Will. If I brainstorm into land plus plow, I'm okay. Land plus plow. And a Caracas. So I don't need, let's call it 1 Nadu. And maybe the brain. No, maybe it's the Caracas. No, Caracas is important person to build. Maybe I'll get rid of the plow. Or the yeah, so let's do plow this Nadu. And then I think just pass. Next turn I can green sends for 1 followed by casting Nadu, which is a bit of a safer way to combo. Fairy is going up, Stoneforge is coming down. Is this a Cauldron? It smells like a Cauldron with this billion mana. We'll find out. Ishuka, well, I'm glad I didn't plow or get rid of the Nomad. Maybe this is the Cauldron. Simulation Aegis. Okay, so that Aegis does actually beat my Nadu in a way. No, I guess not. I have the Safekeeper, which is in my deck still, I want to confirm. Great. Okay, so I can go 1, 2, because Nadu is castable off of these 3. Yes. So green sun for 1. And now I can get a Safekeeper. I can play the Caracas, so the next turn I can double trigger with Bill. Yeah. This is looking fine. Yeah, and I can just kind of hold up the Safekeeper here. Well, it's a good thing I didn't quit. Okay, so yeah. I'll give it Shroud by sacrificing the Savannah. Let's see what we find. Leavold. Nomads. Cool. Okay, so this is very good for me. I probably do have this in the bag now. Oh, I could have sacked one of my islands, but doesn't matter for Dom's overall amount of mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So he cannot cast Emrakul yet. He can cast Omniscience, though, which would be able to cast Emrakul. Could cast Scion of Draco. That costs 12. Yeah, so much for being like, oh, I've lost this game. I'm very much in it. It's cool. I didn't really expect to be so in it here. But yeah, I just need to keep my white sources so that I can cast this Nomad on my turn. And then I have it, pretty much. Looks like he's getting the mana together to cast Assimilation Aegis. Certainly is. So let's see what he targets, and then I will give that thing Shroud. Then he'll Caracas it, and then I'll give it Shroud again. Yeah, so actually cancel. Let's let this ability resolve first. Yeah, of course it will. So now I give it Shroud and sacrifice the Hedge Maze. Drew a land, which is great because it gives me more things to sacrifice. And now if he tries to kill my Nadu again, I will activate again, and so on and so forth. until I'm able to Nadu my way through this. Okay, it looks like he's determined that this ability resolves. The Aegis will not assimilate. And then, what next? Teferi bounce the Aegis. Okay, I see. That's fine. Now I can counter something. Not the Aegis, because I can force it and it doesn't matter. But in general, I have an answer. So I'm going to get Dryad Arbor here, I think. Just another creature to combo off with. Okay, I was going to expect the Aegis to get viled in, but it didn't. Viled in, I mean, viled in Stoneforge. So I'll hold up, basically force pitch Leovold or Teferi, doesn't really matter. And then the nomads are gonna go hard, yeah. So I got the game. Cool. If you jumped ahead a little bit to expect to be in round 6, I'm sorry to disappoint you because here we are doing well. On the draw, maybe I do want a carpet. Did Dom convince me? Better than a veil. Or 2 carpets, maybe just to outrace, because it kind of is a race of who can goldfish harder. And then I can cut another land to make it work. One of the mana dorks, like the birds of paradise, or one of the halflings. I guess I'll cut one of the halflings. Just as this is like a more stable mana dork that adds more mana. Okay, here we are for game 3. We've got Sylvan, Nomads, Nadu. That's an easy keep. 1, 2, 3, pow. Obviously, having to like sacrifice land to save the Sylvan is not something we're super interested in. I think I'm going to go green-white with this so that I have double white for Nomads plus Plow next turn. So I'll get a Savannah and play a Sylvan Safekeeper. And the next turn I'll play a Nomads off of the same Savannah and hold up Windswept Heath to be able to plow something. And then, yeah, on turn 3 I'll be able to play the Nadu. Great plans. Okay, so great plans have fallen apart. I think I'm just going to let that one go. Just bank on him not having too much removal here. We're going to play out the Heath because in a case where I don't need to plow something, I can just get Dryad Arbor. And then I'll be able to Nadu and have an extra creature, which is quite good. The Aegis is assimilating, which is a little bit sad. Very sad. I think I still get the Arbor. Yeah. Now I'm going to play out Mr. Nadu. This might get forced or something now. Okay, it survived. It's cool. Next turn, I have Bristly Bill to start, hopefully chaining off some amount of combination to draw myself into a Nomad. But there's also a world where I just get plowed here and then become sad. Well, I do get plowed and become sad, but That's not the worst because I can now surveil. Get an archive. Don't want land. Caracas seems good, so let's play out Mr. Bill. I can play Caracas, put a +1/+1 counter on Dryad Arbor, and get the beats going. Nice. Okay, very cool. And let's see what opponent does in their end step. Or Dominic does in his end step, I should say. More surveilling action from him. He kept it on top, though. Gross. Rude. All those things. Nomad, yeah. Just Nadu, yeah. Plow the Nomad. And if that gets forced or something, didn't, okay. I'm just gonna leave the Nadu in play right now. Yeah, because otherwise he has to put 2 mana to. I guess I'll give him the card. It's a land, kind of gross, but okay. My own Nomad. So I'll play this. Bayou. Put a counter here. And then attack for 5. No, I don't want to do that because I'm gonna have to bounce the Nadu, so I'm not gonna be able to do anything fancy with attacking, bouncing, or anything like that. Doubling my counters, I mean. So yeah, Dom's turn, this probably gets a Dryad Arbor. Or a Surveil if he doesn't have the Arbor. Yeah, no Arbor in the deck. That's what that means. He's not playing Green Sun if he's playing Stoneforge, I guess. That's the trade-off. Put a card on top. Hate to see it. If he plays the Nadu and then equips or attempts to becomes a copy. So actually equipping doesn't help, doesn't change much. You need an extra creature to make into a copy of Nomads. Making a Nadu into a copy of Nomads just makes it not a Nadu anymore. Stoneforge would be that creature I just mentioned about what he would need. So this is a Shuko? Probably a Shuko. Yep, there's Shuko. Just like that. 1 mana. No. Shuko, yes. 1 mana this way, 2 mana. Become a copy of Nomads, yep. That's gross. Okay. So now is where I'm in some amount of trouble. Flusterstorm does not get me very far out of trouble. So I play this. I'm going to put this here. And I'll attack. Why not, right? Double the counters. With Nadu in hand, also, like, this Caracas does nothing. I should leave open Flusterstorm. Maybe he's debating if he wants to trade with Bristly Bill. Which maybe he does. But then I can keep up in Caracas to beat with the Shuko, because Shuko goes at sorcery speed. Oh, he's blocking and then not blocking. What's he doing? Blocking. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's double those counters. Okay, so he takes 8. Down to 5. Okay. Now Nadu comes down, and then I bounce it with Caracas. It's my understanding. And that seems like the line, pretty much. Okay, preordain. Interesting. How many cantrips is he playing in this? Did 2 top, 0 bottom. Yeah, I'm in trouble here. There's the Nomad. Nomad Shuko. So now Nadu is able to fully combo off. So given that, I'm going to wait until the end step to bounce this Nadu because it's already going to get 2 triggers on it. Or I guess because if I do it now, flips through lands, I'm in trouble. Yeah, I just do it now, I guess. Why not? Containment Priest revealed. Okay. Ponder revealed. Cavernous Souls revealed. And the fourth, or that was all 4 activations, I believe. Okay. So Nadu's back to hand. This 4th flip is carpet. Okay. Then he has to chump here. Unless I'm able to plow. Like if I can find a plow, I'm in great shape. Found a brainstorm. The start of any good story. This gets forced, I can Flusterstorm. Okay, I did find a plow. Great. And an Nadu. So let's start with let's start with I can brainstorm into Flusterstorm if I need to, so I'm gonna do that. So I'll put those 2 back. I'll plow this Nomads, put him to 7, attack him for 8 and win. And then if that doesn't work, I can brainstorm into Flusterstorm. Yeah, okay. So then I can brainstorm, put 2 back. I can Flusterstorm all copies at this force. And then I win. Cool. Okay, so I did not lose. People skipping ahead. I'm 5-0. Very cool. See you all for round 6, where I'm locked for top 8 against Farmer LGG. Okay, we're here for round 6, playing for entertainment value. Keep this hand. It's got basically Force Pitch Force. It's got a Ponder to open up. If I had a Nadu or something that cost 3 in hand, I would Green Sun for 0 here, but since I don't, I'd much rather save the Green Sun until I know what I want. The random mana dork doesn't do too much right now, especially since it doesn't fix for white on x equals 0. This, however, is great. So we'll put the white or the fetch land in hand. And then turn 2, we, I guess, play the okay, well, now I'm actually thinking about what I want to do with this. So I think I want to not expose the nomad for no reason, especially when I can allow the welder instead. Yeah, I'm just gonna hold back and, or, I'll play the nomad. Playing the nomad here allows me to plow the welder next turn, or if I draw a Nadu, just Nadu. And I can force like a Fury or something if they Fury my nomad. Engineer is something that I might also want to force because whatever he gets can get welded in immediately because of this great furnace, so I've got to force that. Okay. Another nomad. Not playing that one yet. I will, however, attack with the nomad. I'll trade nomad for welder. I'm okay with that trade. If he takes it, I'll play a backup nomad. Doesn't take it, I'll plow or hold up plow, I guess. Okay. Took the trade. Play a backup nomad. And now with a land drawn, I can green sun for Nadu, which will be the plan. Otherwise, I can get the graveyard scooper. Okay, Vexing Bauble does not matter. Fable mostly does not matter. Let's get land. Okay, well, we didn't get a land. It's still probably worth waiting here. I'm just going to hold up plow and not worry about the mana that my opponent has at this point. I'm just going to plow something important. Okay. Ooh. Phyrexian Dragon Engine and Devourer. Scary. Okay, yeah, opponent has a bunch of land here, a bunch of mana, that's fine. I'll take it. Ouch. Pain. Engineer here is fine. Probably get Soul Cauldron and then I plow the Engineer. That's my guess on the sequencing order of events. Correct. Okay. So now we get rid of this Engineer. And then with another land, we green sun for Nadu. Just like that. Manifested. I guess I want to increase the odds I draw natural white. So we'll do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Green sun x equals 3. Get a Nadu Winged Wisdom. And start drawing cards. 1, 2. Arbor's great. 2 more triggers for free. Land is good too. It casts nomads as well. Just seeing if I can get a birthday bill before I crack that. And 1 here. Perfect. Again, just kind of looking for Mr. Bill. Didn't find Bill, did find Keen-Eyed Curator. And I play this nomad. Do I get Nadu bolted now? Or blasted? Yeah, looks like I do. Nadu is done. Okay, so now I can attack with this nomad. And then I have a bunch of Nadus in hand to win with next turn. Okay. Cool, we have a plan. A little bit tenuous, to be honest. I was surprised. Maybe that was a little bit risky with how I handled the extra nomad there, but I don't think so. I think I would have been blasted end step anyway. No reason to play like a fresh Nadu as opposed to a fresh nomad, except if I'm playing around blast specifically, I guess. But it would not help me chain, so it's not really that important anyway. Yeah, I want the creatures, so I'm not trading them off. Fury comes down, it's all going at Dryad Arbor. Fixing Baubles drawing a card, yep. 5 mana, 6 mana. This is that Fury. That's Unearthed Devourer. Post combat, love it. Pitching Engineer Bridge. Okay. Now what? I win. Cool. And now, let's see, what do we do? I want Blue Elemental Blast. I want Rampaging Yahoo. I want Endurance. I want Collector Oof. I probably want Veil of Summer, but I'm not sure. These are maybes. Maybe Macabre, maybe Veil. Definitely these. Let's see, and then I want Force between the Blast and the Baubles. I could also just like cut some Ponders for these things. Yeah, seems fine. I'll do 1 Veil, 2 Macabre. Since I'm on the draw, I feel like I can leverage Veil better on the play where I have the mana, I'm ahead on mana and not behind. So let's try that. Okay, hand seems great. I've got pretty much everything I could want. Except for literally Nadu, but that's okay. Got a Blue Blast here for whatever shenanigans they come up with. Honestly, I could just like start with holding up Blue Blast so I don't randomly get Magist. But I don't know how expected that is. Lotus Petal. Welder. Okay, I'm going to hold up Blue Blast for this Welder, actually. I guess I can hold up Endurance. Yeah, I'm gonna take this a little slow. I'm just gonna hold things up and not randomly lose. No rush here. I think I just need to play it safe and win off of good, careful playing, just like that, not getting Blood Moon. Counter target red spell, please. Do not pyroblast me, pretty please. I have been red elemental blasted. I did say don't pyroblast me, so that's on me. I did that wrong. So now I can still draw basic I could still have basics in the deck. I have 3 of them. Obviously, we're not looking good here, but been worse. So that is not a basic, it's a non-basic plains in a way. It doesn't have plains land type. I'm just kind of being silly here, but it does feel like it sometimes. They could draw an extra card with this by like cracking the bauble and then welding it back in. We did find the full combo here, so when we rip all our good stuff, our opponent will be laid to waste. Let's see, they're attacking, yep. Farmer LGG. Yep, there's a fetch land. And to push through that, I just need my basics. I have one of each. Backup welder. Also doubling the clock on me from 1 damage to 2. There's a plow, so when I eventually find the plains, I will be able to plow one of the 2 welders. Which doesn't really do much, I'm just saying. 3, 4. Dragon engine. Okay. That gets welded out and back in, then I can endurance for a crazy value. It's like I will have that luxury. Very cool. So then endurance, pitching, veil, because I'm not going to have extra. Oh no. Okay, that was silly. That is how Vexing Bauble works with endurance. Endurance doesn't cost mana when I evoke it. Oops. Okay, well. Blood Moon. I guess I keep in some forces then. Yeah, I guess so. Okay, on the play for game 3, this is not a keep. This is a keep. In fact, I will keep it. Put away Force of Will. Done. I'm just going to fetch basics with these. So on my opponent's end step, I think I'm going to brainstorm. I just want to hold up Blue Blast if I need to. Yeah, so I'm going to brainstorm off basic island here. Found nomads and halfling. Okay. Guess I'll not have plow. I guess I can have all these cards. Or no, what I do here is I play halfling. Hold up Blue Blast. So basic forest. Get a halfling down. I can hold up Blue Elemental Blast, and then I can do Nadu, nomads into Nadu next turn. And hopefully win the game. Okay. Fury. Pitching Blood Moon. I can Blue Blast this. They're evoking, then they think they care. Okay, maybe not that much. So yeah, play basic here. And then I can go 1, 2, 3. I can play Nadu uncounterably, so Nadu enters, and I draw 6 cards. So I've drawn a force. No blue card yet. And opponent has seen enough. Oh, wait. Yeah. I win? There we go. I am drawing cards. I found my blue pitch. Not finding lands, but that's okay. Maybe. Now they can try to kill Nadu. I can fight back. To find a land, I can cast the Sylvan Safekeeper. I did not find a land. I know what to do. I need to stop lagging. Okay, I win. But what I was going to do is I was going to evoke Endurance, pitching like Grist, because it didn't really matter at this point. And I get 2 more triggers. And then if in either of those I can find a land, I can keep going with the Safekeeper. So that was how I was going to keep the train rolling. But anyway, yeah, 6-0. Very cool. I'll see you all for the top 8. Okay, look at that. We're in first place in the top 8 against CK, who was actually my last challenge opponent. I split the finals with him 2 weeks ago. Last week I was out at MagicCon Las Vegas, where I played a Legacy Cup and actually lost in the finals. But anyway, yeah, my last Legacy challenge, I was against CK in the finals. So I guess we get to replay our finals match and see who really won, because we split 2 weeks ago. But obviously, in the top 8, we're playing for it. Let's do it. Okay, so he's on some sort of Yorion deck, not Mystic Forge like he was 2 weeks ago. I am going to mulligan this hand. Yeah, this does not play Magic. This is much better. I think I keep this hand, or keep this 6, and I get rid of 1 Delighted Halfling. Then I can turn to a Grist. And I have Force Pitch to Fairy as backup, so I'll keep this. Or do I get rid of the Force and then just start jamming threats? Let's try that. I feel like I want the Teferi, so at that point I don't really want the Force. I drew a Force anyway, so couldn't get rid of it if I wanted to. Embarrassing. Okay, so now I get to play an uncounterable Teferi. Will then make all future counterspells irrelevant. So blue, get that Teferi in there. The final boss. That's really funny. Anyway, yeah. Uncounterable Teferi is a pretty powerful legacy play because can't counter that, and then once Teferi enters, you can't counter anything else. I'm gonna minus on nothing, just draw a card here, get my advantage. Drew another Force, so now I have a Force Pitch Force if I want. At some point, I will need to draw a naturally occurring blue source so that I can... Ooh, Orange Chance. This is breakfast. One is eating breakfast. Yum. Prismatic for 3. Yeah, I think I just let that go. Can force something else down the road. And assuming I'm able to... Solitude, huh? Okay, again, fine with this. Solitude, pitching Solitude. Yeah. I can play another Halfling. And Ponder. So I'll Ponder first. Off of Trop. Then I'll play Halfling. Bristly Bill, huh? Cool. One, two, three. I get to play a halfling here, I get to hold up plow. And then next turn I get to play a grist and still hold up plow. The Teferi, unfortunately, I am not going to allow to resolve. Oh, I was wrong. Teferi is resolving. Not much I can do about it now. Fling back to hand, yep. But at least I get to play a grist. 1 green, black, plus I'm gonna mill over my bill. Mill the bill. But I get to make a 1/1. And then eventually I'll have good value coming in. So, yep. Opponent is surveilling. Philia, so he's playing, Flicker Yorion stuff, confirmed. The Philia being legendary does eat it to this Caracas. Teferi pluses, this surveils. Yeah, this is looking good for me now. Teferi hits the bin. We keep going. Okay, that's... I think I'm going to keep plussing here. And I will do this like this. I attack insect at Teferi. And I can either get an arbor or surveil on the end step. Another land for my opponent. Teferi pluses. Yorion to hand. Yorion to field. That's right. Yorion's already in play. Blink in the Teferi. Sure is. Okay. That comes back in. Bounce the Yorion to hand. I fetch a Dryad Arbor. Now I can just attack Teferi down. Attack all at the time Raveler plays. Please and thank you. Is this your own Dryad Arbor? Is. I cannot plow it because Teferi is in play. That's right. Okay, we trade arbors. I will +1 again. I will play a halfling and pass. Yeah, this Teferi thing is a little bit annoying, huh? But at least putting the Yorion in hand means that I'm able to sidestep the worst of it. Spellseeker is going to be tough to beat because Spellseeker Ephemerate is really good, especially when I can't nail the Teferi out or kill the Teferi first, or what have you. Guess I could minus, that's what I have to do. I have to minus and kill Teferi. Sack a creature, target Teferi. Now blinking Spellseeker. So getting another Ephemerate is my guess. Just really get the combo going. I see now why getting my Teferi off the board was so critical for him. Oh, he chose an Greenson Zenith, which implies Eternal Witness to me. So let's do a brainstorm now. Found a couple things we don't want. I can attack. And now I can, with this, once this is targeting, I can plow. Okay, so now the green sun can get an Eternal Witness, which can regrow anything in the graveyard. Probably Ephemerate, because then it can regrow anything else again. So much value there. Okay. Eternal Witness grabs Ephemerate. Yep. Then Ephemerate Eternal Witness. Now smartly saving it as a response to a removal spell. So I can get Meticulous Archive here. And Surveil. Nomads is not what we want right now. Safekeeper could be what we want. Do I think I attack first? Yeah, if I go for the minus because it's targets, then I do lose. So I will plus, or I mean, I get got, I guess is the way to say that. I'll play a Safekeeper, tapping correctly for it, and then I'll pass the turn. Really now I'm looking for a Nadu. My opponent's looking to deal me some serious pain. I have 3 creatures in the graveyard, so this currently only hits for 3 as an ultimate. Okay, after much deliberating, he let the Safekeeper resolve. So now, yeah, Witness flickers, gets back something else. Who knows what? Prismatic Ending. For Grist, I take it. Grist is not a creature in all of this. Not in play, at least. Only a creature at heart. Now the Eternal Witness can pick the Ephemerate back up. God, that's so sick. So much value. Yep, unfortunately, not a creature. Cannot do anything about that. Goodbye, Grist. Nice knowing ya. You've been prismatically ended. So now I need to just kind of cheese my way through winning this game. 1, 2, 3, 4. And send for x equals 3. Get a Nadu and start going ham. It's gonna be like getting a Force of Will back then. Yeah, getting Force of Will back to hand. I've been forced of willed. Bad. Okay. Attack. Okay, he's at 2. So now he can flicker and get back Orim's Chant, so I can't attack. I think that must be the plan. But he has to get back Ephemerate, and then he Ephemerates to get back Orim's Chant. Okay. Yeah, Ephemerate, get back Orim's Chant, and then I lose, basically, I think. So I can't cast spells anymore. I can cast spells at instant speed. But the Teferi prevents that. Okay, but I can attack down the Teferi? No, not if I can't attack. Okay, Teferi's plussed. Ephemerate, get back Orim's Chant, and then I lose, basically. Yeah, so I cannot cast spells anymore. This guy would be great to cast, but I can't cast him. So Orim's Chant is here, and then there's an Ephemerate hanging out in exile, so I lose. Okay. Troy HCK is up a game. And I probably want some way to interact with the graveyard. Maybe a Fairy Macabre so I can play around Endurance. And then I want like over a couple of the Mana Dorks and then over some Forces. And then, yeah, so I don't really think I want the Forces. And I think I can cut the Birds of Paradise. Yeah, that seems appropriate, I think. Endurance has some text. Consign has text on the triggers, but I think this is what I want. Could also bring in Veil as text on countering counter spells, but again, I think this is the way I want to go. Okay, on the play for game 2, where I play first. Please, Moto, let me play. I want my hand. Okay, pretty easy keep if you ask me. I can just, I think, lead on the Nomads. Because then I can basically hold up Flusterstorm as the game progresses. And this gets immediately plowed, like, so be it. One's leading on a Misty Mountains, Tropical Islands, okay. Well, I win the heads up fight. I can also plow this if I wanted to, but I don't think I want to just yet. I think I would rather Ponder, Brainstorm, Ponder, Caracas. The land is good, as would be a Ponder. So yeah, I'll keep those. Attack for 1. I can basically just hold up Flusterstorm as long as I need to. I can plow a creature that I need to plow. Okay, a second Noble is coming down, so big mana plays from my opponent here. Getting plowed. I will fluster that. And can't pay because this is summoning sick. Then I will ponder this one. A halfling. And a backup nomads. Play the halfling or do I keep the backup nomads? I think I keep a backup nomads. Yeah. Backup nomads it is. And then end step I will, I guess, go off a blue-green edge maze to surveil. So if I wasn't playing the halfling this turn, I wasn't that interested in doing it. 1, 2, 3. Harbinger, huh? Okay. Bet. Can't cast green right now. Okay, this gets ephemerated. That's fine. Brainstorm. Found another one. That's good. Then I can unlock green sun on top. Play this. Plow it again. Play this nomads. I have a green sun with a green sun on top, so I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot. This can now rebound and target whatever. Double hierarch. So I'm going to draw the green sun on top. 3. Yorion to hand. Okay, so this is probably forceful, which again very much motivates me putting a green sun on top of my library. So let's fetch and get basic forest so that mean old harbinger doesn't come out again. Now this gets forced, I presume. Yep. Now I can attack with 2 nomads. Force pitching Yorion. Yep, as I anticipated. And then next turn I'll try to cast another one. Hopefully one of them gets through. 3, 4, 5, 4. It's 4. What's happening? Oh. Skies have been wrathed. Okay. Bye, skies. Nice knowing you. So I will get green sun for 3 going. I think this time around I get a Nadu. Still, maybe? Or do I just get Grist? Grist gets answered the most cleanly by stuff, but it's also quite hard for my opponent to answer itself. I'll get a Grist. Okay. See how this goes. Oh, nice. This feels like a pretty good combat now. So I can play a halfling. See if that resolves. It doesn't. Play another halfling. Plus lose my Leovold. Very sad, but it's okay. We now have 4 creatures in the graveyard. 3 mana. Spellseeker? No. Prismatic for Grist? Yeah, okay. Another halfling. The beats commence. Yeah. Okay, so we are winning this little fight. We were winning this little fight. Spellseeker is going to single-handedly dominate it. Spellseeker is so good. Oh my god. So yeah, Ephemerate coming in to blink the Spellseeker. And it's probably going to get something crazy. I don't know. Spellseeker is such a good card. Oh my god. Green Sun Zenith, yeah, so then all the goods can come in. I cannot believe how good the Spellseeker is. Yeah. Like, I think I do get locked out here. I'm very sad about it. Yeah, this gets Orange Chant. I got another Ephemerate. Okay. He knows how to play this deck very well. It's Yorion Zenith. No deck. Okay, so it's not the line of thought. It's Uro stuff. Okay, well, I'm in emotional distress now because I felt like I was really close to winning this game, and then the Spellseeker has thrown me for a loop. Another Ephemerate? Yep. Then this one goes for Orange Chant, maybe? Green Suns. Okay, that's the plan. 11 Safekeeper is an okay-ish draw. Does not quite cut it, I think. Okay, yeah. This is going to be tough. Basically, as soon as Teferi comes back into the game, I'm toast. Yes, a Spellseeker got something good. Probably Orange Chant. Wrath the Skies, that's also good. Please do not wrath my skies. My skies are getting wrathed, probably. My hopes are getting wrathed, at least. But I was just having to hope to push through somehow with damage. Not looking good, for what it's worth. In fact, it's looking very bad. These skies are not doing well. Just absolute distress here. Yeah, what's happening? At the skies x equals 1. I mean, that's rough, but I mean, such is life. Okay, let's give Sylvan Safekeeper Shroud for good measure. It doesn't matter. X equals 1, everything's dead. Carpet adds 2 mana. Okay. That's a little sad, but what else am I gonna do? Oh, this is distressing. Okay. I am dead so many ways over, but I was also wrapping up emotionally as I beat Dom Harvey in run 5, so maybe there's a chance. I'm just gonna fight it out. Same way. If I draw Nadu, he has nothing. No way he has nothing, because at the very minimum he can ephemerate and get a force of will back, right? Like he can get Eternal Witness right now and then Ephemerate it to regrow Force of Will. Yeah. I believe that is what's happening here. And then we get Ephemerate, we Ephemerate Eternal Witness. We get back Ephemerate. We hold that up. Or just Ephemerate Spellseeker. Oh, Ephemerate Eternal Witness again. Get another Ephemerate. Yes. Okay. Very good. Get all of them up there. Where would we be without 17,000 Ephemerates? Yeah, just Ephemerate for good measure. Get back Source of Pleasure. Spell my guy. Goodbye, Nomads Encore. Well, you weren't a Nadu anyway. GG. All right, so we did not end up going all the way to the finals, but we did get a nice top 8 run, undefeated until top 8. There's kind of a running joke on Moto that you don't want to win the last round of the Swiss because you essentially get paired into 8th place, who's guaranteed, given that they break it into 8th place, having a luckier day than you are. And so you'll find a lot of times the person who's at the top of the standings after Swiss does end up losing in the quarters to the person who got 8th. It appears to have been the case again today. A couple times I've snuck into 8th place and beaten the person in first. So today the roles were reversed. I was 6-0 into 6-1, defeated by Trusty K on Yes, which is Yorion Ephemerate Spellseeker. Yeah, anyway, I built this Nadu deck, not this one. This one. Built this one basically looking at all the lists that have been performing well and just kind of picking and choosing things I liked from various lists. Very happy with how it performed, obviously. 6-1 is a happy place to be, even though a little bit of a sad quarterfinals loss. I think that the deck showed a dominant performance. And yeah, I get the fusses about. This deck is good. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all next week for some exciting Legacy action. I've got the OnZD tournament on Sunday, November 10th, and I've also got the Magic Online Creator Showdown, which is going to be Legacy this month on Saturday, November 9th. So 9th and 10th, I'll be streaming the Saturday thing, and then I think I'll be recording the Sunday thing. So all in all, really excited. I will see you all next week. Bye-bye.